Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to this Waterloo Esports stream. My name is Eric, and today I'm joined by.
Nina. And so today we have the first round of the round robins for CVAL. Waterloo Gold is facing against St. Xavier. And yeah, so it's just the first match of the season. And I think it's really important for Waterloo to get a really good start heading into the fall season. It might be the first match. So you might think that it's not super important, especially because it's just the group stage. But I think that getting this first match will be great. And it'll be a great start for the team.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see U Waterloo playing once again, especially with the addition of their newest player, Trill. And we're going to see how this affects their agent picks, their map selections. But we've typically seen U Waterloo Gold be most comfortable on maps like Haven and Ascent, where they can have their duelist Havocs shine on Jet, they can have Lay on Sova. We're going to see how that plays around differently with a new player. But I'm very excited to see how U Waterloo Gold goes about the start of this new season, what changes they've made, and I'm also excited to see how the opposing team, St. Xavier, is looking to combat this, whether they have prepared any strategies, scrimmed against the team, and use any of their previous knowledge of how U Waterloo Gold plays. Because we've seen typical top performances, very high performances from U Waterloo Gold, and there's a lot to learn from an underdog team like St. Xavier. So I'm excited to see how this match is going to go.
Right. So especially I just wanted to talk about the new player, Trill. From what we knew previously, UW Gold, their roles are they have a lot of flexible players,
Mm-hmm.
right? A lot of the players play a lot of different agents. It's not super fixed and set in stone. Some of the players will play Sentinels on some maps, while some other players will play Smokes on other maps. And so it's very fluid. And I think that Trill as a player will really be able to slot well into that system. They're all very flexible, and I think Trill especially will help with that. And I'm just excited to see how Light will call based on this new player, if that has any effect on their favorite maps and how they do. And yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm also excited to see, especially maps like Haven and Ascent, where, especially Ascent, you see a lot of aggression that goes into a map. And typically, in a lot of these collegiate matches, we see some passive plays. We're seeing a lot of defaults, a lot of splits, trying to figure out what the team wants to do. So I want to see if they're going to continue implementing their default strategies that they use, or whether they've interpreted something new, whether they're going to go for some aggressive plays, see how it all works around. Because again, Valorant's one of those games that consistently changes. There's always a new meta going on, especially with new
Right,
agents, new
right.
maps. So I'm very excited to
Yeah.
see how things go, and excited to see how things go into this fall season as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, as for the meta, of course we have a new map Sunset. Not sure if we will get to see that today. I know teams are still a bit more reluctant on playing that just because it's so new. But as for the agent meta, we saw some nerfs to Jet. And we've also been seeing a lot of teams in the offseason experiment with chamber picks and definitely more picks with Rays. So what do you think about, do you think you Waterloo will try and work some chamber into their comps or?
I think it's almost like it's very possible, but the things with implementing Chamber is that you want to have that Sentinel ability, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like although Chamber is labeled as a Sentinel, you don't really
Mm-hmm.
get that Sentinel feel
Yeah.
with the team. So I want to see if maybe they try and implement it in some way or another with a dual Sentinel run with maybe Killjoy or Cypher,
Mm-hmm.
as well as a Chamber. But Jet is, I think, still going to be a very commonly picked artist, or sorry, a very commonly picked agent, and just the flexibility that you have with dashing and going in, and I think that's very good. Um, so again, very excited to see whatever happens throughout the maps. Speaking of the maps, our map pick bans have been locked in by both sides. So as you can see here, we have St. Xavier banning Split, U Waterloo banning Sunset, and our first match will be played on Bind, where St. Xavier will be picking, U Waterloo will be picking the defense side. Our second map is Haven, which we've seen Waterloo very comfortable on,
Mm-hmm.
and Xavier is going to be trying to pick defense first. And if we get to that third map, it is going to be Ascent, another map that U Waterloo is very confident on. They have a lot of plays implemented for it, so I want to see if Waterloo has anything planned for Bind, whether they have
For
a
sure.
specific sort of comp. We've seen a lot of aggressive comps on Bind, where I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of comps that don't have any Sentinels at all.
Mhm.
So exciting to see what Waterloo has planned going into this first map, and as well as what Saint Xavier has planned going into this map. So
Right.
yeah.
As for Bind, I think historically a lot of people have thought of Bind as sort of defense sided, but oh, I think In these recent times, especially if we've been watching Valorant competitive, teams I think have been finding pretty equal success on both sides actually. It kind of depends on the comp. We've seen some double duelists, but I think, oh, St. Xavier, they're hovering Phoenix. Not sure if we'll be seeing that out, but right. So, as for defense, we see that Light Edits has locked in Brimstone.
Yeah, and typically we've seen him more on these initiator roles where he's getting info for his team and allowing Havocs, their primary duelist, to get in, get a pick, figure out what they're doing. And it seems like we're going to get Toph here on Jet instead.
Jet. Interesting to see that they've elected to pick Jet over Raze.
They might be going for a double duelist too with
Right, for
Havocs.
sure.
Currently hovering Reyna, but it's still very ambiguous. There's so much that can happen in the map. Oh yeah,
Paper X
absolutely.
action.
I'd love to see that.
Okay,
Looks like-
Viper, pretty standard so far, I think.
Yeah, looks like agents are just going to be locked in soon.
Yeah.
On
Oh,
both sides.
we see St. Xavier with a Phoenix pick. Pretty unique.
And Reyna on the side of Warriors Gold. Not an agent you see a lot
Not-
apart from Paper X.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so
But I think that, as you can see, Trill has picked Sky, and that's commonly what a lot of teams elect to do when they pick Reyna. They usually like to Reyna flash and then Sky flash at the same time. So it's like you either have to turn from the Sky flash or you can't really shoot the Reyna flash at the same time. So yeah. So we'll be heading into game.
as we said previously, Waterloo's going to be starting on the side of defense, and they're going to be running a double smoke setup. And both sides are actually going to be running this double smoke setup. And I feel like it's very typical on Bind to see the Viper Brimstone or the Viper Omen. Typically you do the Brimstone because the Brimstone ult just has so much ability. So going into this first map, I'm just very excited, you know, ready to be here. First CVAL map that first CVAL match of Waterloo Gold that we're broadcasting here. We hope you all at home are having a fantastic day and are as excited as we are. We're going to head straight into the first round here.
Here. Time to hunt. Scout destroyed.
Dog going to be spotting out top. He's going aggressive in the smoke. 2 picks are going to be coming out early for the side of Waterloo Gold. Havoc's finding himself the second. And looks like already at the start of the map, St. Xavier is in shambles.
Yeah.
Lil D looking for a flank. He's going to be able to get the headshot, not
spotted.
able to get the kill.
Now we can kind of see what St. Xavier want to do. It's kind of rough for them, a 4v2, and their Sky T-Bop is 1 HP with no healing abilities available to him. They just kind of have to see what happens, see if they can get a pick maybe, but Waterloo are playing very disciplined, with Havoc slowly creeping up behind them at a short.
Gun here.
Yeah, we can see a lot of St. Xavier's
Last
skin
player
here.
standing.
Havoc's going to be able to find one, gets himself the 4th on the round. And that's going to be St. Xavier, or sorry, Waterloo taking the first round here. That was just very clean execution. Havoc's early aggression from Showers, and he was able to push through, played so good, and was able to get himself the last 2. So that's just very cleanly played round on the side of Waterloo.
Yeah, and so on the second round so far, we can see a lot of rifle light armors coming out. They're doing a sort of buy where Toph has pistol, and they have 1 save, whereas everyone else is really full buying up. And as you can see, Havoc's is 1 ult orb off of his ult, so you might see some more A-short action.
Scout destroyed.
Light Edits picking up a kill pretty efficiently, backing off with the molly.
Top's going to be taking down another, and it just looks like SXU's kind of stuck here in A short, but Light not going to be able to find the second tucked in the corner. Once again, it's a 4v2 situation for St. Xavier. Toph quick to get the headshot. It's going to be all up to Penguino, unable to find any success. Another clean round from Waterloo, and I think Toph is just looking to get himself an operator this round, which
Right.
is why he got himself the op. Looks like he's not going to be going for it this round, but full buy on the side
Oh,
of
the operator picked up.
amazing. So
yeah.
full buy is going to be coming in this time from St. Xavier. We're going to see them leaning towards B this time. They don't really want to try A. Havoc's and Toph have been electric on these first 2 rounds already, so we're We're gonna see how they plan to go on B, and whether or not they want to play anti from that B long flash, or if they just want to push straight into it.
Looks like Waterloo wants to take B long at the start of the round, and they've gotten the info with the Sky Flash, doing a little jump peeking. And this orb that they put up will definitely put a stop to a lot of B long aggression. We can see
down B.
Waterloo has pushed out of A, and they have them sort of contained within market. Lots of fights going on. Oh, Subi has actually picked up 2 Waterloo players. And these were A players. So now they might be electing to shift over to the A site, as they know that 2 of their players have just been taken out.
But they're not expecting Top at the top of truck here. Still with the operator in hand. Gonna be the peak, and Top's gonna get the shot off. Able to take down Ray. It's still anyone's game. 2v3 situation here for the side of St. Xavier. He's not going to be clearing. Oh, unable to find the pick. Trill with the headshot. It's all up to Subi whether he's able to get the pick, but no.
Yeah.
Kai's waiting on the other side of that teleporter, and that's going to be Warriors gold for their 3rd on the game.
Picking up the bonus round, and as you can see, because they won this round with their weapons that they kept from the 2nd round, picking up the rifles from the other team, now their economy is just through the roof. They have the operator secured, and they'll probably be able to buy for the next 2 or 3 rounds comfortably.
Yeah, and St. Xavier needs to figure out what they want to do after this round, because this is just an eco. They're going to see if they can get some picks, try and get that op down in any way. But of course, the economy of Waterloo is great. But they really haven't been finding success in these early pushes. They've been getting punished from flank, so maybe their IGL is right now like, hey man, we gotta switch something up. We can't let them snowball us, especially on a map like Bind, where the defense side is just so hard to play against.
Yeah. Wow, you can just see Waterloo are just hunting them down.
And Trill with a quick 3 on the round, pushing through, able to get himself the spike. He might be looking for a
He's
4th
just stomping through.
Blinds through, jumps out, 4th on the round. He's looking for the ace. Eco frags are coming. His teammates pinging for him to run over.
Oh, Lil D picks up the last kill. No ace for Trill, but
clean
the
round
round's
coming in
definitely
from Waterloo.
secured.
Absolutely, and you can see that it's really hard for St. Xavier to counter this defensive aggression that's coming in from the side of Waterloo. They just aren't able to isolate gunfights or even win them. But it's really difficult, especially if you have like lower guns and the amount of map control that Waterloo seems to have. So we're gonna see once again St. Xavier's opting to go on this B side. They have the chamber trip as well for flank, but I don't know how much it's going to be able to stop the players of Waterloo.
As you can see, this round, we actually have the operator on the B site instead. And they flashed down B long, and they didn't see anyone. But as you can see, all of St. Xavier is heading in through hookah right now.
Scout destroyed.
Dog's not going to be able to find any information except for some shots taken. Ray's jumping out through into the molly. He's going to run into the player backside. Trill with another quick 3 on the round. And Bargo trying to get a refrag onto Havoc.
Yeah, just not really seeming to get any value off of the initial push from their Phoenix. A little bit of difficulty with the dog there, but
it's gonna
it
spot
really
out
won't
the
be
player.
needed.
Doesn't matter. They'll deal with the flash pick of the round. And Waterloo's coming off a very clean start here. 5-0 already on this defense side. And as you mentioned at the start, Bind is one of those maps where it's so defense-sided sometimes. It's really hard as an attacker to play around it. And I'm thinking that St. Xavier's right now just like talking amongst themselves like, hey man, let's just go for 3 rounds. Let's just go for 4 rounds, because even those few rounds can play an absolute solid part on the side of St. Xavier's defense. But right now they're forced on another eco. Gonna try and make something happen here, but it's just really hard to stop the way Waterloo's playing right now.
12 going for an initial pick with the operator, not finding any value, but going for a bit of a re-peek. Oh, just slightly missing Ray, but maybe. Oh. Finally gets it.
My ult's ready.
And
oh wait, where did that second kill come from?
yeah,
One enemy remaining.
Havoc's just with an instant 4 kills off the start of the round. Didn't really see much
The enemy only
Not
looks
a lot
from
of action
close.
going
Yeah,
on
not a
here. It
lot of
just seems
action.
like
Just
Waterloo has started rolling the snowball, and it seems like St. Xavier's at the bottom of the hill, ready to get trampled by it. They're not able to stop it right now, but another gun round's coming in. You never know how these things can go, and they're
Mhm.
looking to do, once again, a little bit of beat aggression, but we see this chamber lurk potentially, and I think a lurk would be really beneficial here on the
right.
side of St. Xavier because they have been getting punished by these flanks in this early
Mhm.
aggression. So
I think something we can see with St. Xavier's comp is that they don't really have a jet dash or raise satchel. So, oh
oh
wow,
wow.
beautiful flash out of
Round B.
the B long Viper smoke, and
Yeah, it's gonna be all three players of long just taken down instantly. Lil D trying to go for the fourth or second kill on the round, unable to find it. Subi takes him down.
One
And
enemy
Trill
remaining.
peeking,
yeah,
finds himself the kill, and it's all up to Embargo. And once again, Waterloo, they're just coming in hot. And I don't even think that St. Xavier had any idea that Waterloo were just gonna pop out of that smoke there.
yeah,
And
that
that's,
was just kind of a dry pop flash out of the smoke, and
I mean, yeah, just quick
battle.
execution, just pop, 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 3 down on the round.
As you can see, Embargo started near A short over here at the start of the round, and his teammates sort of all fell towards the B site, and now there's not really much for him to do. All he can really hope to is save his rifle and possibly
30
head into
seconds
next
left.
round with this weapon, but I think Waterloo will definitely try to hunt him down. You can see Toph kind of already coming
The
out of
dog's coming
shower.
from behind him. Not
Yep,
able to
dog's
find it.
coming from behind him.
It's slow rounds like these where you want to go to the kitchen, microwave
10
up some
seconds
popcorn, and you come back, and then, the entertaining rounds you got popcorn
Right.
for, but Havoc's going to find Embargo. Last kill on the round. Warriors Gold are looking strong as ever, 7-0. They might be trying to go for this 12-0 half here, which would be kind of legendary, and a well-needed timeout is going to be
Well-needed
coming
timeout.
out from the side of St. Xavier. And right now, I know they're all scrambling in the chairs like, how do we
Right.
stop this Armageddon that is U Waterloo? We see players on U Waterloo haven't even died yet. Trill has been alive since the first round. Toph has been alive
Right.
since the first round. And it's just because I think SXU are just struggling to find any sort of success in gunfights or any sort of success with lurks. And I think there's discussing, like, what can we do to counter this aggression? And Waterloo's kind of just sitting back in their chairs like, we got this in the bag. 7 rounds
Right.
up, they're probably feeling really confident right now. Even if they lose these last 5 rounds, they'd have gotten themselves quite the advantage. So
Yeah, so as I was kind of going into previously before the B long aggression, St. Xavier, the only round where they were sort of really able to get out onto a site, we had Ray flashing out of hookah, but I think that the rest of their teammates weren't really able to follow up, and they were just kind of stopped by all the Viper utility, as well as Trill hitting some nice shots. But I think with the lack of movement abilities like Ray's satchels or jet dashes, it's really hard for them to hit a site, especially if they're only going to be coming from one area, like what they tried to do 4 players out of hookah, right? So yeah, this might be something that they want to change with their comp in the future. Oh, it looks like we have a bit of a tech pause going on. Yeah, how do you think St. Xavier could look to get back into this game?
I think it's going to be really rough from the position that they're currently in. And as we said before, U Waterloo being one of the top teams and St. Xavier still being kind of the underdog in the situation, they're probably already looking at, a situation where they're worried. They're a little bit nervous going in, but hopefully they can figure out, some things to implement into their aggression. I think pushing in on 2 split sides would really benefit here. But again,
Mhm.
it's just been really hard for them to even get into any of the choke points. You have Toph on the operator, Trill holding it down with blinds and the dog. So Viper utility as well. It's really hard to break through the defense of Waterloo, but hopefully they can bait out some utility, figure out what they want to do here.
Yeah, and even though it might be 7-0 right now, it's kind of always games like this where you just kind of need that one round, right? It's still technically possible for them to get a pretty decent half, If
Yeah,
they win 5 rounds in a row, that's a
course.
7-5 half, right? So, as you can see, this round they have a full buy, and they also have 5 ultimates going into this round. Especially, I want to see something. Hello, everybody. I want to see maybe something they could do with the Phoenix ult, working off of the Sky ult. They just have 5 insane ults here. All of their characters have pretty impactful ults, other than the Chamber, I guess. An operator could change things up because, as you can see, Waterloo, they have been electing to do a lot of early aggression. So if we hold some of those angles with the operator, perhaps you could get some value off of that. But other than that, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we just have to see how things go, what St. Xavier wants to do. For now, we hope you're all very cozy at home. It's kind of cold out today, actually. I had to bring my jacket, so I've just been walking around in my hoodie, like freezing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
it's been a
believe we have a disconnect from Havoc's, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just kind of seeing.
maybe St. Xavier's implementing the like they're like counterplotting right
Oh.
now. Like Havix is gone, like they need to figure out what they want to do. But
Right. I'm not
maybe
sure if the CVAL rules are as strict, but I know during tech pauses you're not supposed to discuss strats, but I don't know if they
I
would be
mean,
able to
yeah.
at home, right?
maybe they're just sitting back, you
Yeah.
know, going for a little walk.
thinking about
Oh,
life.
maybe this is where Waterloo starts cooking up their own popcorn.
Right, right. Okay, so looks like we might be heading back into the match soon. Perhaps. Alright.
Watch out.
So once again, we have 5 ults on the side of St. Xavier.
You want to play? Let's
Changing it up
play.
this time from their initial B aggression, talk with the operator. Doesn't find one, but this is responded with an immediate feeding salt from Ray. He does only have a Spectre, but the info in space has already been gained. Oh, as you can see, Embargo has done a pick onto Lil D.
It's going to be a pick towards the B site, but it seems like a lot of the players of St. Xavier are towards A.
Spike down.
Pop's
A.
going to be taking down T-Bop. It's going to be Viper's pick committed over. Havoc's finding himself.
Nice
1A
shot.
short,
Nice.
jumping through, but he's not going to be able to find the second. Good trade from Penguino. Raising trying to push through the wall. He's able to find Top, but shots go wide. Penguino's there to save him, though. And suddenly, the round is finally looking in favor of St. Xavier, but Trill's quick to stop it. There's just so much
One enemy
happening
remaining.
to be
Good
able to find
spam.
the pick. It's all up to Trill in a 1v2 situation. He has the blind. He's going to spot some players out. Not a lot of utility to work around. He might get a timing through the smoke, but no. Penguino is able to take down Trill, and that's going to be one big round on the side of St. Xavier. And I know right now they're all in their comms cheering.
Yes,
7 is the last round they get.
yes.
Hoping to bring it back here.
This is just what I was talking about. It just takes that one round, you know?
Absolutely, and Penguino is going to be able to get himself 3 big picks here. He has his ultimate available, and typically we've seen, you know, ultimates going into U-Haul, a lot of quick aggression coming in, but it does seem like St. Xavier's still going to be opting for this B site. So we're going to see how the round plays out.
Yeah, and the operator picked up from Toph from last round, and this has definitely injected a lot of extra money into St. Xavier's economy. As you can see, we found a pick towards Showers.
They're going to spot out Light, who's going to run away, not give himself a pick, but able to get it one himself.
Trade
Zuby
it
quick
out.
to get a trade, and T-Bob finds himself the pick onto the op. Now Trill has gotten a little bit of a flank from TP. Lil D going to be trying to hold down the A side the best he can. Gets himself 2. He's looking for Embargo, but the op shot goes in. And once again, it is Trill in this 1v2 situation. He's able to find the 1 again, but Embargo, he does not want any of that smoke. He's going to run over to the B site. Get a bomb plant, and it's going to be a quick 1v1 situation here. He does have the op available. Probably going to want to play somewhere long, but I think Trill might be expecting a long play. He hears him towards spawn.
I'm too
Met
far.
with a flash.
Already used his teleport. And
Oh, the shots are going to go wide, but Embargo peeks quickly. Takes down Trill, and once again,
Bit unfortunate.
I mean, it's the hardest shots to hit when the enemy's
Right?
not looking at you and jumping around, so.
He was definitely moving weird.
Oh
so.
yeah, absolutely. But that's exactly what they needed. 2 on the board now. St. Xavier, they still have the chance to get themselves a really good half here. 7-5, I think they'd be sitting comfortably. Even if they get the 8-4, I think they're looking for anything above, you know, 2 rounds right now.
Right.
But
maybe Waterloo getting a little overconfident, you know, as you can see in that last round. There was just a lot of fighting going on, a lot of dry swings, a lot of... Yeah, I think Waterloo, they need to be careful.
And the Viper's Pit's going to be committed towards the B side. Margo's probably calming that to his team. And again, we're going to see Waterloo try and play a little bit more disciplined going into this round. They don't want to give these early picks. They don't want to give out free rounds. But there's still no real aggression here from the side of St. Xavier. They're just trying to flush out utility, obviously.
Yeah.
The run could go anyway. Havoc's going to be spotting out a shoulder, taking down Sumi. It's going to be Ray and Showers taking down
My
two.
ultimate's ready.
That's going to be two big picks because Smokes on the side of you Waterloo are down. He does have the run it back available. And looks like they're going to be trying to push into the A site. I don't know if they know about Toph sitting in the smoke.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Run it back is committed,
One
and Toph is able to
spike
take one down
down A.
short.
Traded out by Penguino.
One enemy
Ray quick
remaining.
to find himself a third on the round, and St. Xavier is suddenly starting to turn the tables on you Waterloo. It's all up to Kai here, trying to see if he can find
Spike planted.
anyone
Yeah.
out who's peeking, but the hot hand's going to stop him. Ray's going to spot it, actually headshotted through the box. Might be getting a little too confident here, looking for the fourth, but Embargo tells him, sit down, this is my kill. Gonna be a quick third round coming in from St. Xavier, and we're finally seeing them start to stop the snowball from Waterloo.
Some signs of life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this round's also going to be very critical because money on the side of you Waterloo, this might be their last buy round. So if St. Xavier is able to close out this round, they are looking for a very good last round of the half as well.
Right.
So I think Waterloo is kind of just discussing right now, like, hey man, we gotta stop, we gotta stop giving them these picks. We gotta just stay focused, stay on the site, and you know, take down the aggression. Once again, we're seeing the tried and true ace site. Dog coming through.
We've seen this deep smoke again and again from St. Xavier, and this,
Oh, and
I mean,
Light's able to find himself
Wow.
two there with the spray. I don't think that St. Xavier had any plans of giving them two there, but that's going to be really big picks towards the size of A. And we already see that St. Xavier's kind of shying away from the A site, looking to maybe go back showers or just wait for any sort of aggression. Embargo
Wow.
spotted out by Light, unable to get the fourth, and it's going
Light
to
and
be
it's
Penguino trading it
just
out.
solo killing, almost solo, straight up just killing and taking 3 players out from St. Xavier, and
St. Xavier's going to
Top
be able to get themselves a pick back on.
towards A.
And we've seen a lot of these situations on the side of St. Xavier where it's 2 players alive and they're just playing super, super controlled, waiting for a pick.
One enemy remaining.
Havoc's able to find himself
Spike down
Penguino,
A.
and it's all up to T-Bop now, all alone in showers. He's just trying to get a quick wash in, but gonna push out. The blind is maybe gonna be spotting someone out.
30 seconds left.
But the fight, the shots go wide. Havoc quickly taken down. And Warriors find themselves another
Last
round
round in
after
the half.
a couple of tough losses there. 8-3.
Yeah.
Now I know Waterloo might be a little worried about this 9-3 half, you know, the almighty
Right.
curse going in, the famous curse of the Valorant game. Whether or not they want to give it, I feel like it's not worth it at this point. The money on the side of SX is also looking kind of rough. We see Embargo, who doesn't actually have a buy. He might be trying to go for his op here. The chamber rendezvous. And we're going to see some hiding from the flash, but the dog's coming out. It's going to look through showers, but we have some aggression, maybe going B-long. It's going to be a fight, but it's just contact. Waterloo does not want to give any free picks here. But it does look like St. Xavier might be trying to go through B here. A lot of information that Havoc's is actually going to get. He pushes through showers, clearing all of A.
And as you can see, Lil E sort of has this Viper Orb set up outside Hookah, and every time he sees someone, he puts it up and also puts down some mollies, and so it's really hard for them to enter and take that space. So they've elected to go more towards the long, but a bit of a pinch coming out from Waterloo.
A lot of
Spike
fights
down
going on.
B.
Trades coming through. But Embargo is able to find the last of them, taking down Trill and
Oh,
Ray.
has actually found a pick onto the B side. This could be the opening that they needed.
And I'm not sure if they know about the player's hookah. Light's gonna be just watching this Phoenix wall, trying to see if he can
enemy
find anyone.
remaining.
Havoc's
30
behind,
seconds left.
crept up all the way.
Spike down
It's
B.
all up to Ray. I don't know if he expects the push coming in, but Havoc
Right.
quick to take him down. And that's gonna be a fantastic half from the side of U Waterloo.
Switching sides.
9-3, and I know they're feeling super confident right now. Might be a little worried about the curse, but I think with their current team composition, they have the Jet dash, they have the Reyna aggression as well, and Havoc's has just been feeling at this map. I mean,
Yeah.
17 and 5. He's dropping like prime LeBron numbers in these maps. So it's just fantastic to see, you know, Reyna getting some usability. Because
Yeah.
once you get a Reyna's ego going, there's almost no stopping it.
For sure. And I love the way that they played the round previously too. As you can see, when it was when the numbers were kind of dwindling down and the clock was running down, you can see that Havoc's was coming up with a flank onto two of the members on B long, and you can tell that he kind of just told Light to chill and kind of just stay alive so that he was able to get his flank off, and then eventually it paid off and they were able to finish the round cleanly and convert.
Now we're gonna see two players towards the side of Showers. We might be trying to take a fight, but they back down. Aggression coming in from A short as Pop dashes in with the shorty. He's able to find a pick onto Embargo, and now it's just two players on the side of A. They're able to take down Havoc. They know he's Showers, but Bomb is gonna maybe be going down on the side. It seems like U Waterloo just want to fight. They push through
Math is kind
spawn.
of flipped here. They knew that there's two players in Showers, and so instead of taking A side, they just said, well, I mean, if the last two players are in Showers, let's just
I'ma
go to
head
the B
out.
side. Yeah.
And now the
Let's
B
just take your
site,
spawn.
yeah, the B site is all theirs. The heal is going to be coming in from Trill, and it's going to be a 3v2 situation. It's going to be really tough for the side of St. Xavier having to retake B because
Right here.
they don't really have a lot of utility. They do have some smokes, I believe, but as you can see, T-Bop does not have any flashes. They're going to try to just be looking for a fight.
Don't really know what options they have here. They have to slowly kind of... Oh, Trill has spotted the two of them. He's coming up for a quick flank. Definitely just telling their players to
Last
stay
player
alive.
standing.
Yep, found one. And T-Bop is just a little bit slow to react to the initial flank from Trill. And yeah, clean round. They were able to see and figure out that there were two players in Showers, and they didn't really have any entry into Showers from either side, and so they found a really nice pick onto the spawn players rotating and just decided that, oh, well, we know where the last two players are, so let's just take B through their spawn. And the Shower players don't really have any other choice. They can't go anywhere other than just chase behind them and see if they can get any picks from the remaining players, but they weren't able to, and so Waterloo were able to take that round pretty cleanly.
And that's going to be an eco for the side of St. Xavier. I'm not sure if they committed, or sorry, they have light guns, but
Out of charges.
I'm going to try and see if they can stop. Once again, the same aggression that's coming in from Waterloo. Embargo,
The judge.
a little bit too slow on the teleport there. And once again, we see the two players of A still playing relatively passively. Havoc might be looking to push through
Yeah.
the smokes.
You can see Lil D also creeping up
Sick.
onto the Showers player, but no need because Havoc's will be killing them both.
And it's all up once again in a 2v5 situation. It's all up to Ray and the Viper. Trying to see if they can make anything happen.
Last player
CB is going to
standing.
be able to get a pick with the Molly, but it's not going to be enough. Warriors take yet another round. 11-3. I know they're feeling really confident here. St. Xavier's money's not going to be too great. They're still going to be trying to force whatever guns they can, trying to stop whatever aggression Waterloo has. But again,
Yeah.
Havoc's 20-6. It's just so hard to stop that Reyna aggression when he comes in and he just takes your entire team out.
Especially, I think this initiator duelist combination that we have with Havoc's and Trill, they're just farming them, you know. Trill kind of finds out the information and is able to guide Havoc's on the right path, and then Havoc's just farming with the Reyna abilities.
I'm going to see them try and run down here, but the wall's coming in from Ray. 3 players on the side of the A side, however. And unfortunately,
Ray's
Ray's
just
not
overwhelmed.
not going to be able to get a pick with the shorty. And it seems
Oh,
like
wow.
Waterloo! What was that from Havoc? Shots going everywhere, but somehow one manages to connect on the head of Subi. And once again, it seems like Waterloo have just taken the site
Yeah.
for free, like candy from a baby.
St. Xavier just have no solutions.
Looks like another judge on the side of St. Xavier in the hands of T-Bop. I'm blind. It's going to be a judge v judge here, maybe.
Oh.
Top's judge is going to come out on top. He goes for some shots through, but
Down by the Bucky.
responds with the Bucky. It's all up to Embargo. All he has now is this Phantom spraying through the smoke, but the jumping judge, it's really hard to stop a jumping judge from that distance, but match point going in here for the side of Waterloo. 12-3 on the scoreboard, and timeout. The last one
for the last.
now.
Presumably
St. Xavier needs to come up with something here. They need to cook. They're in the kitchen right now discussing, you know, what should we do for this last round? How can we destroy Waterloo? How can we bring this back? Or maybe they're just looking to have fun on this last round because it is a really hard comeback, especially.
Right.
But
You can see two players on the side of St. Xavier. They actually can't really buy. We see T-Bop picking up the Stinger Heavy Shield for now. He might choose something different, but that's what he's chosen for now. And Embargo really doesn't have much money to buy anything. He could possibly use his Chamber Sheriff, or maybe he could pick up an SMG like T-Bop has. We've seen a lot of players in competitive do a lot with Stingers and Spectres, right? So don't count the Stinger out, but this is definitely a bit of a struggle buy coming out from St. Xavier.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the last round. They just want to see what they can do. Match point here, Waterloo. They have been having infinite success coming into these sites. We're gonna see if they can once again emulate that. They're looking to go into this B site again, maybe. Last time they were able to get the pick on the Ray, who only had that shorty, which was really rough. So we just gotta see how this round plays out. I'm excited to see whether or not St. Xavier can pull something out, but
yeah,
you never know.
They've chosen to stack 4 players towards the A site, but unfortunately, Zuby's definitely telling his teammates right now. I'm hearing a lot of noise around the B site. Havoc just stomping in, taking out the only player on site, and now they pretty much have it for 3. A little overzealous from Havoc, push through their smoke and Molly, but you know, they definitely have the site down. A fast retake coming in from St. Xavier though, with the Phoenix running back. Only finding 1, but that could be all they need.
Yeah, it's going to be the smokes down on the side of Waterloo, but Trill, he's left.
Oh,
he's able to get a pick and
Top
Top,
a little unknown to the player behind him.
but Trill able
Nice
to
try
quickly
from
trade it
T-Bop.
out. And it's going to be a 2v2 situation here. It's all up to Lil D now as Trill goes down. Phantom in hand. He could make something happen, but the headshot is going to connect through the wall. And unfortunately,
4 on the round for Ray.
and St. Xavier is back with a big 4K coming in from Ray. And that's going to be all they need perhaps, maybe to get this comeback started.
Yeah, so I really liked in the last round how they stacked towards A and they obviously gambled the wrong site. But as you can see, as soon as they realized that all of the players were towards the B site, some of their players decided to flank, and then they obviously had the fast retake coming out with Ray's ultimate. He was able to find lots of value, finding 1 initially and then finding the rest after his second chance at life, right? And I think that flank from their Sky, St. Xavier's Sky, was definitely really effective. He was able to find Toph somehow, even though he was spotted out already.
And some shots connecting from Havoc's and Embargo, but quickly traded out as Havoc takes down Embargo and goes down. Still a 4v4 situation, but it looks like a lot of this aggression is coming into B. But it looks like Waterloo is still a little hesitant to go into the site.
Seekers were used from St. Xavier, and they can see that all the cabbages are going towards the B site, so they know that it's definitely going to be B. Rotating elbow, and somehow Subi is alive after all of that.
Yeah, 5 HP left on him. That's a dead man walking, and Lil D is going to be taking down Ray. Toph finding himself the kill onto Zuby. He's still pushing through elbow. Maybe going to try and get Penguino, but no. And Light Edit's quick to trade it out. It's all up to T-Bop to try and keep his team still in the game, but it's looking impossible here with 3 players on the side of Warriors, all spamming through the smoke. They know where T-Bop is. Can he maybe get a shot to
Molly, Viper wall, this is just impossible.
And the shots going through the smoke are going to be able to take him down. And that's going to be Warriors gold on the board now. First map taken.
Mm.
And bind is not one of those maps that they're really comfortable on. We haven't seen a lot of bind on the side of you Waterloo, so I know they're coming out of that, confident going into a map like Haven, where they
Mhm.
have just so much dominance that we've
Mhm.
seen in the past. And just an astonishing performance from Havix, just running in there with Reyna, no care in the world, able to get his team the picks that they needed, and fantastic plays coming in from Trill with the Sky utility, and Toph entering with Jet. And
Mhm.
even as we mentioned before, with these Jet nerfs, it's really hard to see any sort of aggression coming in with Jet now, with the smokes being faded down lower, only one updraft, all these sorts of changes that sort of just try to bring Jet down. But we see players like Toph just bringing the most out of Jet, and that's just the sort of stuff you like to see here. So
Yeah.
going into the second map, what are your thoughts? You think Xavier can maybe bring this back? Maybe fight back a little against
I
Waterloo?
mean, if I was on the side of Saint Xavier, I would just be thinking, how do we find out where Havix is and avoid his sight? Because that was kind of most of Waterloo's strats. It was just kind of Havix go kill,
Yeah,
right? So,
absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, when you're on an agent like Reyna, that's kind of just the most you can do.
Mhm.
Because if you're not getting those kills, you're kind of not really doing much. You can
Mhm.
you can blind in all you want, but it's those kills that really change the scope of the round. So it's exciting to see Havoc's able to get a lot of value out of Reyna within that first map. Maybe he opts for it in the second map too. Who
Yeah,
knows? But
maybe.
so
Heading into Haven now, I believe,
yeah,
right?
Haven, and it's going to be Saint Xavier starting on the side of defense. And typically we've seen Haven as more of an attacker-sided map with these three split sites.
Right.
You can see a lot of aggression going in early rounds in mid, or maybe early rounds C long, where players may take peeks. But it's very typical for teams to default, especially when there's so many choke points where players
Mhm.
can peek from.
Mhm.
So we're going to see what Waterloo has set up for their attack, what kind of comp they want to run, whether they
Yeah.
want to go full aggression with all
Mhm.
multiple duelists, or whether they want to sort of chill, play around one duelist, kind of go for some defaults. But yeah, I'm very excited
Mhm.
going into this map.
Yeah, and speaking of the comps, I'm not really sure what Waterloo Gold will elect to do. We've seen a lot of teams try things like Harbor Viper, right, on
Mhm.
Haven. I don't know if that's the path that they're kind of looking to take here. Interesting to see if they would run characters like Breach. I know a lot of teams want to run the Breach on this map, or if perhaps after the events of the first one, they're just looking to do something a
Just
little bit
looking to
more
have a little bit
fun.
more
Yeah.
fun, yeah. Just maybe 5 duelists on the board, just run it down,
Right.
have some fun.
We already had Reyna on map one,
Mhm.
and
I'm hoping to see some Yoru maybe. I'm down for
perhaps.
some Yoru.
All right.
Yeah, so
So,
I think we're ready to go into the second map here if the players are ready. So yeah. Oh. I mean,
actually, I think we'll be going to a break instead in between maps. And so, thank you for watching so far. We'll take a bit of a break and then see what Haven brings us. Thank you. Hello, everybody. We are now back to our second map of the CVAL fall split between U Waterloo Gold and St. Xavier. And so, coming off of the first map, there was honestly not much analysis to be given. It was sort of, as we said, Havoc's go kill. It was pretty much a stomp. Not seeing much out of St. Xavier, but perhaps there was just the momentum started coming in from Waterloo Gold, and it's just kind of hard to stop a double duelist and Sky combination that's feeling themselves, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
And going into this third map, maybe St. Xavier have some new things planned on. They understand the way that Waterloo wants to play this, and even though they are the underdogs, there's still anything that can happen. But, Waterloo being one of those top teams, St. Xavier, being the obvious underdog, they just kind of want to, make a name for themselves maybe, say, we can stand up to Waterloo. Waterloo are just some bullies, they run it down, they go frag, Havoc's go kill, but you're going to see if they can bring anything back. Maybe they're able to, counter strat against Waterloo. They understand the way they play Haven, or they have ideas of how they want to play Haven. But it's really anyone's game here. You never
yeah,
know what can happen. Even if, Waterloo has the utmost confidence, if St. Xavier has something in their back pocket, they wouldn't be afraid to pull it out on times like this.
right.
So we're going to be heading into the next map here. As we
Station
mentioned,
select.
it is Haven, and seems like St. Xavier already has some sort of a comp plan. They're going to be going for this double duelist here. Almost looking like Waterloo's comp from the last map. Embargo on the Jet and Ray on the Reyna. And Warriors
Yoru.
Gold going to be pulling out the Yoru. That's what I love to see. Very excited to see how that plays out on the side of Warriors Gold.
And as you can see, Trill is actually hovering the harbor. Maybe we're looking for some harbor vibration, but now you switch onto the Omen.
We're going to maybe see this Deadlock here too, and I don't think Deadlock has been getting a lot of play in competitive, really. I feel like a lot of her abilities...
Switching over to the KO.
Yeah, and it seems like Warriors Gold just going to lock in that Omen, tried and true on a map like Haven. And it's just all up to Subi to pick whatever he wants. Going to lock in the Killjoy. We're going to get straight into the second map now.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the way this Yoru plays around, especially on a map like Haven. I feel like there's a lot of versatility that Yoru can have with TPing across the map on defaults and getting picks on C and then teleporting all the way to A to support a team.
And I'm curious to see how Ray on the Reyna will do this map. It's definitely... They've picked double duelist, obviously, right? And so... maybe we'll see Ray go kill. That could be something that St. Xavier could pull out, but they're starting on the defense side, so it might be a bit harder for the duelists to start with anything. But as you can see, they have 3 players stacked towards C site, looking for a bit of an initial push just off of when the barriers drop. But Waterloo Gold, they're kind of hovering around mid and A for now.
The barriers go down, and it seems like St. Xavier is going to be pushing through C, and they aren't able to find anyone, so it looks like they're going to all commit to this flank. The 3-man flank actually going to be coming in. Waterloo's kind of just sparse around mid. Trill's going to be able to spot one flank, but be traded. Actually going to be spiked down.
Yeah, now that they have this info that 2 players pushed out of C long, they could perhaps take C from Garage. As you can see, Light has walked up all the way and is heading into their spawn, actually. Could possibly find a flank here onto Penguin, or... Yeah, this is kind of a strange round. As you can see, the attackers and defenders have kind of switched positions, honestly.
Yeah, and it looks like the bomb is going to be planted A. Tops coming to his team to quickly come, help me on the A site, but all the players of St. Xavier currently looking to attack their own site.
They're all on the flank now, and I think Waterloo kind of has an idea that they've kind of looked around their spawn. They haven't spotted anyone. They haven't spotted anyone towards B either, so they're kind of getting the cues that all 3 players might be behind us.
And it's going to be Raze able to take down Toph. Teleport coming into sight. whether he's able to get a pick through it or not is
Last
unfortunately
player
not going to be the case. 3 quick picks on the side of Waterloo as they take down Pistol Round, and they get themselves a really nice, I wouldn't say a really nice round. That round was kind of just all over the place.
That was all over the place.
Yeah,
But yeah, I like how Waterloo initially they kind of realized that, oh, we're getting pinned from the C site, so let's elect to do something kind of different. Light kind of solo pushing through Garage, finding all of that space through the C site, and eventually opening up an entry for Waterloo to make their way onto the A site.
Rifles are going to be on the side of Waterloo again. The blind is going to spot out Havocs, but not really much contact being taken. Despite having these rifles, Waterloo seems to be playing a lot more carefully than they were before.
Bit
Marco
of a
might be looking
Garage
to
push.
Anyone else?
Havoc's just solo taking B, honestly, as the rest of the Waterloo members make their way onto the C site through Garage.
So might be making the wrong
Might be
play,
in a bit of
clearing the wrong
trouble.
corner.
Kill their omen.
T-Bop's going to be taking down Trill. And it's going to be all up
That's
to
a
them.
rifle, I believe.
And it seems like all the players of Waterloo are on C. Maybe St. Xavier does not actually want to go for this round. They might be looking to just save, but I think they might want to actually take this.
Yeah, I mean, they full save from last round, so they should have enough money to buy into the next round, but they're kind of running out of time here.
Yeah, and looks like Light has the shock darts. Top's going to be taking first contact.
Placing sentry.
There's not much they
One
can do
enemy
here.
remaining.
Not much time to work with, and yeah, so it was a nice try from St. Xavier, but as you can see, they did full save, classic save from last round, and so they'll be able to buy this round anyways.
And I'm pretty sure they're very happy with those 2 picks that they were able to get, because that is going to force 2 of the players of Warriors Gold off of these rifles. We see Havocs has Light Shield and Trill once again opting for a Bulldog. So guns look to be in the favor of St. Xavier. Maybe they can make something happen here, but it's again anyone's game. It looks like they're pushing towards C, and there's only the Killjoy set up physically on C.
Time to jump.
Yeah. So Top has been spotted out outside of Garage, but
Trill's gonna be teleporting straight into the Nano Swarm, but the shots coming in through the Viper Wall actually are gonna take down Havoc and bring Trill down to very low HP. So this round still does seem very
yeah.
doable.
And all players from Waterloo are either C-Long or Cubby, and so you can see that they're really playing for the spam down C-Long or perhaps some lineups too.
Bargo's going to be able to pick off Top from the flank, but not sure how much that's going to help. Actually, T-Bop taking down Lil Z. That's going to be the lineups down.
The pick with the judge.
Last player standing.
And unfortunately, Trill with the judge not able to get any success, but he's
Oh.
able to get a gun
He's actually
and
able to
get
get
out.
a gun.
That's actually
Not
some
sure what
huge-
happened there, but
Still going to be a very big round from St. Xavier. They're not going to be conceding to the bonus round of Warriors Gold. And money still not looking too great on the side of Warriors, as Havoc's actually is not going to be able to buy a rifle this round.
So as you can see from the last round, some of the players actually did decide to force up a little bit since they lost a couple of players on their second round. And so now Havoc's will not be able to buy going into this round.
Cutting through.
Yeah, I think right now Xavier just wants to close the gap
Fake
they can as
teleport.
much, or close the gap as much as they can, because they don't want to see that 7-0 lead coming in from Waterloo. Looks like Lil D's gonna be spotted out
Another mid
all
push.
alone. Embargo is gonna take him down, but in the meantime, Waterloo, all of the A site is in their hands. This is gonna be another retake situation for St. Xavier.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see, there's a bit of a flank, but that was found out by Toph. So now St. Xavier, all of their players are towards the spawn side. They don't have any flanks or anything, so it'll be kind of difficult. They're all just flooding out of heaven and out of spawn and finding the picks that
Last
they need.
player standing.
Trade's
One
going
enemy
left and
remaining.
right. It's just a 1v1 situation now. It's Zuby all up against Light. He does not know that he's pushed up into Graffiti, and Light Gonna be getting that pick, saving you Waterloo from the round, but that was just absolute carnage on the round. Trades after trades.
Right.
But it seems like Waterloo going to be coming out on top. They're still profiting here in this economy, as St. Xavier committed a lot of money into that last round. So they're going to be forced onto a bit of an eco here. And maybe they might want to go for a mid push, see if they can get any success there, because especially these eco rounds, it's just, you know,
Yeah.
it's really hard to find success.
Yeah. They've actually been pushing out of mid very often in the last two rounds actually. They have had a lot of mid aggression, which is kind of what allowed Waterloo to take A so freely, right? But this round again, they've stacked towards Garage, and this is probably because they're on an eco round, but no. Drone coming out from Waterloo into Garage. Ray has been spotted. But he actually makes it out of there alive. And St. Xavier actually decided to commit the Sky Seekers onto this round, which is quite interesting because they are on a bit of a low buy.
It does not seem like they're going to get any value as picks are coming in from the side of Warriors Gold. They're able to get into the site. It's going to be another retake situation. Fortunately,
One enemy remaining.
they're not going to be able to get much success in that retake. T-Bob still able to find one with the frenzy as the shots from Havocs go wide, but
Yeah.
quick round from you Waterloo. They're looking happy with this lead, and they're once again trying to get that snowball rolling and not let St. Xavier get any breathing room.
Yeah, so I guess perhaps maybe they saw an opening to use the Sky Seekers, and they maybe saw an opportunity to convert their eco round into a thrifty, but you Waterloo were just able to cleanly take the B site, and because of their overwhelming weapon advantage, they just cleaned up.
Gun round once again going to be coming in from St. Xavier. We see the blade sword coming out as well, but it seems like no players on the C site. And it's going to be a quick commit coming in from Waterloo, but Light, he does have the bomb on his own. Hunter's Fury is not going to be able to find success, but it's going to be leaving Ray down to just 1 HP, it seems.
Bomb going down for Waterloo. And the last time they hit C site, they all played off site, but seems like there's a lot more fights going on this time around.
With the two players from Garage here, it seems like Trill is all alone on site, still fighting. He's able to find Embargo actually. And support coming in from long. St. Xavier left down to just two players. It's just impossible to contest here. All up to Penguino, but the shot from Havoc straight into his head. It's going to be another clean round from Waterloo. And they're just looking to get the snowball rolling more and more as they get another round, and it's going to force St. Xavier on another eco.
Right, so as you can see, St. Xavier, they've kind of been struggling with these retakes. Not sure if perhaps they want to have more players flanking, maybe more players coming in from different angles, because last round most of the players were pretty much towards spawn, and although there was a couple of fights that they could have maybe won that could have changed the outcome of the round, eventually in the end there was just too much support from Waterloo and they weren't able to retake the site.
Early damage onto Ray off, but it's going to be getting healed up from his teammate.
And with this mid aggression,
T-Bop actually
T-Bop.
finding himself too with the Sheriff there.
that's 2 rifles down for the side of St. Xavier. They could be looking to pick these guns up and perhaps get a round out. Light finding a pick onto the Garage player. As you can see, St. Xavier, they've picked up the guns that Waterloo dropped. Could be getting dangerous
Last
here.
player standing.
Last
Spike
player
down.
alive with Waterloo.
One enemy
Oh, some
remaining.
nice shots, but he doesn't know where the last player is.
I have the spike.
Embargo, he's on display.
Ooh.
He hears a jumping, but Trill is unaware and
So
Embargo.
close.
That was actually a huge round from St. Xavier. They are able to win
Yeah.
out that thrifty round, all thanks to
Yeah.
T-Bop getting those first 2 picks with the Sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, Trill's not going to be aware of the last player there, but those
Yeah.
were two.
That was a nice try.
Yeah, those were two really good picks. Almost had me sitting on the edge of my seat there.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he just did not know where Embargo could have been. And with the time, the clock running down, just had to choose to pick a site.
I will be their nightmare.
I'm not sure if he had the Omen teleport available, but I think that might have actually been a game changer if he did.
Should have been.
Cutting through.
Two players scanned towards
Fake
the back
teleport.
of B site. And they've committed the Viper's Pit.
Lights out.
St. Xavier has put down the Killjoy lockdown. And so Waterloo are just saying, okay then, we'll just take the A site.
Yeah, there's
Trill
gonna be
using the Omen ult.
no players from St. Xavier on the side of
enemy
A, and Light's gonna be creeping up all the way. He has spawn contained. Gonna be looking to pick on a Subi, but Subi quick to stop him from anything. Unfortunately, a very unfortunate situation there in that 1v3. Trill's able to take him down, and 2-6 on the side of St. Xavier. Waterloo, they're looking comfortable here.
Yeah, so we'll see a timeout coming in. St. Xavier definitely doesn't want Waterloo to run away with the momentum like they did on the last map. And yeah, just going back to the round previously, I think it's really interesting that Waterloo has done this pretty often. They'll start out with some initial aggression, and they committed some major ults onto the B site, like Viper's Pit and everything, which kind of prompts a response from St. Xavier, putting down their Killjoy lockdown and everything. But they can just see that they took some picks towards B, and then they were able to figure out that there wasn't a lot of players towards the A site, and so they just pivoted, and they just planted the bomb down on A, and then St. Xavier weren't really able to keep up with that.
Yeah, this is just another unfortunate buy round coming in from St. Xavier. Embargo, he does have the op, but I'm not sure if he's going to opt to keep it for the rest of the round, especially looking at the rest of his team's economy. But maybe they can make something happen. They were able to close out their last Thrifty round. But once again, it's just going to look very difficult for the side of St. Xavier, as they're unable to really counter a lot of this aggression and map control that you Waterloo have.
And again, we wanted to put a focus onto the double duelist composition coming out from St. Xavier, but not much value has been found from the Reyna, unfortunately.
Time to jump. Fake teleport.
Just a
Time
fast
to jump.
C-long push from Waterloo.
Oh, the shot's going so wide for Havix! He's still able to find the pick on the race somehow. Embargo quick to trade it out, but the Hunter's Fury is going to be taking him down. And once again, Waterloo, they've just somehow managed to get into the site regardless of...
T-Bop finding a pick onto Lil D on the flank. This could be huge. That's a gun.
Going to be committing the Seekers. It's the last 3 players of Warriors Gold that are going to be spotted out. But not a lot of guns on the side of St. Xavier.
Oh, the
player
shot's just
standing.
not connecting for T-Bop. And that was the only rifle that they had access to. Now Pinguino has picked up a gun, but this is almost impossible. They know where he is, and there's almost just no time. And Top just cleaning up the last kill from St. Xavier. And that was a really nice try. You can see that they got the pick onto the flank, right? And then they saying, oh, it's a 3v3. We actually have a chance of converting this round. And so they use the Seekers, but just unfortunately a bit of a whipping coming out from T-Bomb.
Yeah, and that's just going to be one of those unfortunate ADS situations where you feel like your crosshair's on them, but the bullets aren't really going there. And, you know, St. Xavier, once again, they've been put on their back foot 2-7. It's looking really rough for them. Maybe they're hopefully looking to get the same 3 rounds. Maybe they might go for 4 this time.
Cutting through.
But this is another gun round from them, so things can go anyway.
Equal.
Yeah, so we can kind of see this default Viper wall that's been put down every round by Waterloo. They use it to take A this round, but they also, we've been seeing them use it to take B. So and we can also see that the Killjoy from St. Xavier has shifted over to the A site for this round, which is quite interesting. Perhaps Waterloo have sort of figured this out, and they're moving more towards mid and the B site now.
Some contact going to be spotted, but maybe Ray is going to be able to find a pick to Toph, but no, Toph is going to be able to take down Ray as he walks into garage. Penguino is waiting for him very patiently, but the op from Embargo on C is actually going to be taking him down. The ultimate from Yoru is going to be submitted, but spotting out the last player on C, and once
That's
again,
the site.
Enemy down.
Havoc's
Spike planted.
perhaps a little too ambitious on the push. Waterloo players are just getting overwhelmed. You can see what
Last
Trill
player
can do.
standing.
Not much with the operator on site, but they don't know where Lil D is. This could be huge.
it seems like he's playing so patiently, but the defuse is going to be coming in. Unfortunately, Kai not able to find success as Subi gets himself the fourth and gets Saint Xavier back on the board with the third round.
Yeah, so that round, honestly, there was just a lot of fighting going on, and perhaps Waterloo didn't need to fight so aggressively. They had the flank coming in from Lil D, right? As you can see towards the end, that was just kind of a stay alive for my flank kind of moment, but all the players unfortunately weren't able to, and so the flank wasn't really able to find the value that they were looking for.
Yeah, the operator is recovered and put back in the hands
You
of
want to
Embargo.
play? Let's
But in
play.
the same position, maybe Toph goes for the peak, but he's just faster with the rendezvous in his hands.
Yeah, bit of an operator diff.
Yeah, sorry, the tour de force in his hands, but well, that's going to be the only player to see, but it seems like Waterloo has some space A as they're able to push through the inactive Killjoy
Yeah.
setup.
They probably actually heard the Killjoy utility going down, and
Don't mess
Always
with
T-Bop
cutting
is just
through.
completely clueless to what's havoc.
Some of the Killjoy utility is going to be broken, but it's not going to be very helpful. Saint Xavier, they are two players down in this retake, and the amount of site control that Waterloo has is just absolutely insane, especially when the guns are not in the favor of Warrior or of Saint Xavier either.
Havoc's getting picked up by the Bucky. That's a gun for the side of St. Xavier, but not really any attempts to try and save the outcome of this round. He's looking for a save, holding on to the operator.
Trill's going to be actually committing the ult onto C, looking for the op. He's unable to find the pick, however. And Tsubi is going to be taking him down. Operator still in the hands of St. Xavier
Last
as we
round
go
before
into
the
the last
switch.
round of this half.
Right. And actually, I'm not sure if Zubi had his ultimate before that round, but maybe Trill dying gave him his ultimate? Not
Yeah,
sure.
that is
but
still going to be really big, having that ultimate for the retake, as well as the Blade Storm available, and probably going to be committed in the hands of Embargo.
On my
No
way.
ultimates on the side of Waterloo, but it's going to be a full-out gun round. Ops on both sides as well. We're going to see maybe another duel of the fates when it comes to the operators.
yeah.
And this time, Ray
Ooh.
is going to be coming out on top as he takes down top. Fortunately, though,
Time to
aggression
jump.
from the A site, Havoc just takes down Subi.
Oh, T-Bop pushed out of A long and was able to find Havoc's just caught with without his gun out.
Seems like Waterloo are maybe opting for this A site, the Killjoy utility down.
Yeah, and you can see that St. Xavier's jet is pushed out all the way from C long, so they know the players are around
Spike
A
down
site.
A.
T-Bop is going to be able to get the pick onto the smoke, Trill, but he's going to be quickly traded out by Kai there. And it seems like finally, on a retake situation, St. Xavier has the player advantage, but it seems like they're unaware of Light's positioning. He's able to find one and
Remain.
two.
Huge
Last
flank.
player
it's
standing.
a
But Lil D was
1v1.
cut out by Embargo, so now it's an even 1v1 pretty much.
Oh, and the Blade Storm does go wide as Light Edits finds himself so much value with that flank. I'm pretty sure no players of St.
Switching
Xavier
sides.
even expected him to be crept up there.
Yeah.
It's going to be another 9-3 half
Yeah.
coming in from the side of Waterloo.
That was a bit of a gamble. You can see that pretty much after Trill fell, it was just Lil D alone on the site. He had to get the bomb down and everything. Light was opting in for the huge flank all the way around mid and B site. so yeah, he sort of gambled on the fact that Lil D would be able to stall for him, and it clearly paid off.
Yeah, we're gonna see if St. Xavier are able to emulate any of the Warriors' aggression that came in from their attack side, as they do have this double duelist composition, so they do have a lot of aggression going in, and it seems like they're gonna be bringing that aggression over to mid and garage.
Flash onto B, and they've embargoed in.
And it seems like Waterloo aren't gonna want to contest this too much. If they give up the site, they're ready to play this 5v5 retake. Some damage is gonna be going through these smokes. Light unable to find the kill, but Havix has his back as plenty of kills are going down on the round. So many shots going wide, but Light able to find it, and throughout the midst of all this fighting, it seems like Devin, or Lil D, is able to take the last pick and get the defuse onto the bomb.
Yeah.
There's so much chaos that
Yeah.
round. I like
There's
lost
trades
track.
going left and right, but seems like Waterloo just slightly came out on top. Yeah, that round could have honestly gone either way. It just honestly came down to the minute little gunfights, and I guess initially Zuby was kind of caught out. And he was kind of shot from 2 different angles as the smoke faded, but other than that, it was really close.
Yeah, we
Waterloo just
haven't
coming
seen
out.
a lot of success from St. Xavier's pistol rounds. It seems like Waterloo has been very dominant with the pistols, and immediately after they force up, they get themselves these rifles, and it makes it even harder for St. Xavier to combat that.
Oh. Bit of a spam attempt coming up from Light, but Ray being able to pick the kill. And Havoc just swinging out into 4 players of St. Xavier.
He's actually able to get himself one, though. It seems like St. Xavier maybe going to be trying to go to the C site. A lot of jumping are going around. And Embargo maybe trying to make something happen, but Lil D's shot to the head, and the rabbit goes down as St. Xavier are once again put on the back foot. 3-11.
Yeah, that was pretty chaotic, but honestly, I guess St. Xavier didn't have many options on their save round. But now this round is probably, if St. Xavier want to win this map, they need to win this round for sure. This is the turning point for them.
Yeah, maybe they want to get some rounds going. Maybe they want to get some aggression going.
Yeah.
Not really sure what to do, especially when Waterloo's just been time and time again putting St. Xavier in such disadvantageous positions. And it's ways like that
Ooh.
that Waterloo is maintaining this average.
Yeah. Lil D just solo walking on C. And now they've, oh, wow.
Barco trying to get ambitious in backside, unfortunately caught without a gun. And Havoc's pushed out the smoke, taken down by Ray though. It seems like so much trades happening, but somehow Waterloo actually comes out on top, and it's actually a flank coming in.
Light. No need.
Unfortunately, the shots are going to go wide for Penguino. Warriors Gold brings it once again to match point as they bring themselves to 12, and things are looking really bad here for St. Xavier because once again, they just don't have a lot of money for these guns.
Yeah, I think that round, the key kill was definitely Embargo needed that on Trill. Trill as the site anchor after Lodi decided to walk down C long. He had to get that kill, and unfortunately he just wasn't able to, and so Waterloo were able to stall a lot of time for their rotating players.
Yeah, I don't think he was really expecting anyone backside because there was no early aggression, which is very typical on the side of Waterloo. So jumping in there and Trill playing very patient was able to get Waterloo the round.
Another C take.
Seems like the players
They're
of
holding
Waterloo
on.
and Trill gets himself 3 big ones. It's all up to T-Bob. He's left alone in a 1v4 situation, spotted out by Havoc, and that is going to be the game. U Waterloo taking down St. Xavier 2-0. Just an amazing, flawless performance all around from the side of U Waterloo.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same themes that we saw in both maps, except I guess this one was just more of they really weren't able to find any value on either side.
Yeah, it's hard to get footing, especially taking that first map loss and the amount of aggression that Waterloo showed, as well as the patience that they had on their defense side. I think all those factors combined and the fact that, they just had an idea going into every single round.
Yeah.
I think that really brought them on top, and it seemed really difficult for St. Xavier to pull through, but they were able to
Mhm.
get themselves a couple of rounds, and
Mhm.
it was still a really fun match to watch on both sides.
Mhm. Yeah. For the few attacking rounds that Waterloo had, they just sort of rushed C, and I mean, for the few attacking sides that Saint Xavier had, they just
Yeah.
elected to rush C, and then Waterloo were able to either hold on to the site. As you can see, those last two rounds, Trill really held it down on C,
Hmm.
and they weren't really able to take any sites cleanly.
Yeah, that omen on C is absolutely fatal with the blind side that goes out and the paranoia and the dark covers that go up. It's just really hard to push through that, especially when Waterloo is just such a flexible and dominant team.
Mhm.
So, great performance out of both teams. Really exciting match coming in.
Yeah.
Mhm. I hope you
Great.
had fun.
Yeah, it was very fun.
I had a lot of fun.
Great starting match from Waterloo. That definitely gives them lots of confidence going into the fall season. Now that they took this clean win, I don't really know if there was much to learn from this game. They just kind of stomped both
I mean,
maps,
they got their
but
confidence up, and
yeah,
sometimes that's all you need.
right, exactly.
So yeah, we'd like to thank you guys for coming out to our broadcast today, and we hope to see you guys in the next one. So stay tuned for that.
Mhm.
Goodbye,
Thank
everyone.
you.